Africa Mining Indaba ending today with a common goal around placing a focus on the continent's critical minerals. Industry leaders agreeing to work together to enhance Africa's benefits in the global mining economy. Our business anchor, Tumisang Ndlovu, joins us now from Cape Town, from the Mining Indaba. Tumisang, good afternoon to you. What's emerged as the framework to advance this year's agenda at the Mining Indaba?
Good afternoon, Stephen, and to our viewers. The clear mandate that has come out of the 2026 Investing in African Mining Indaba is that Africa must unite and all delegates are in agreement about the sourcing of those critical minerals, taking them all the way to the world, but with the benefit of the continent. To speak more on this, we are joined by Marco Pagnini from DSS Plus. Thank you so much for your time, Marco. Of course, the focus this time around is taking Africa's rich minerals to the world, but we must come back and talk about doing business on the African continent. What does that look like, and what does the future look like there?
Well, thanks for the question. I think this week we have had the pleasure to meet and interact with a number of senior leaders and board members. There are, of course, many uncertainties, many opportunities that are in the radar of boards and executives. What struck me was that executives are still very much attentive to recognize that climate physical risk, for example, is becoming important looking forward to ensure enterprise value and business continuity. Just a couple of data points. Executives are certainly keen and investing in production, in uplifting production and of critical minerals, as you said. But they're facing today the reality of climate physical impacts, such as extreme weather events, flooding, drought, on production losses and economic losses. So they're facing with this problem that now is became a reality. And this is very much in their radar today.
And it's such a tricky situation, as you mentioned, the issue around investment, extracting minerals, but also there are obligations to be met when it comes to climate risk and meeting certain goals of lower emissions. The fast pace of getting towards that point where there's an equilibrium, business and the climate side of doing business meets each other. Talk to us about the feasibility and ease at which that is meant to happen.
Yes, there are two aspects of it. There is on one side the energy transition aspect and the decarbonization aspect. On the other side there is the climate physical related aspect that is already impacting businesses and performance of businesses and cost a lot of money in terms of production losses, capex, expenditure, and also people's lives and community at risk. So what is clear is that if you think about that, 50% of mining companies are, for example, disclosing losses related to climate physical risk already today, and any loss, any event can range from 10 to 20 million to hundreds of millions of losses. Then the business case starts becoming very clear for executives. The question that executives are asking are, what can we do today to mitigate and adapt? How do we allocate capital because the risk is there? And that is about protecting short-term and long-term value creation. And the case for that is becoming clearer and clearer.
Lastly, finding that funding is exactly what is done at the Mining Indaba. Are you satisfied with the engagements so far? It has been described as the largest Mining Indaba yet.
I think funding and the investment that goes with it is critical, of course, is key. What we see from the investor lens, for example, investors are embedding this consideration into their allocation decision-making processes. So I think that companies that are evaluating the impact of this risk and the opportunities and the long-term value and embed it in the strategic portfolio management decision, as well as in the operational capital management decisions, will get easy access to finance because investors are increasingly interested on that topic.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Marco Pagnini is with DSS Plus talking to us as we wrap up at the 2026 Investing in African Mining Indaba.